There we go.
Greetings, humans. Welcome all. Are you ready for a special Christmas escape room? I do hope so. Santa, try not to look quite so stunned.
I was just got to work out what the hell's going on.
Oh dear, he's not just talking about the escape room either. Welcome, Zara. Merry Christmas Eve to you as well. Welcome. Hello, everybody. We are ready for our festive doom room. Hello, Paula. Slay. Welcome. Oh, Santa, it looks like all the effects are going to happen to you.
Is that a yee
No.
Did you see what I did then?
We saw.
That was a yee ho ho ho.
Shush.
Oh no.
Shush.
All
I
right.
think. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, we have some people to welcome, so let's welcome them.
Welcome.
We've got Soap Monkey, hello Ace, hello Chloe. We have indeed got Mrs. Claus in the back there. Mrs. Claus, give us a full. Lovely. You can hear her jingle. That's how you know she's around. Zara would like you both to adopt her for Christmas.
Well, it's because she doesn't know us.
What does she taste like? Yee ho ho ho.
Thank you, Chloe. The chaos is indeed well started. We are off to a very chaotic start. Hello, Kyle. Greetings, Anachronista. She greets both Mama and Papa Human as well.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
We are all equipped with drink. Well, Santa is. Santa, I hope you're not going to fall off a sleigh later.
No, I shall strap myself in, don't worry.
Chloe, he did indeed seem very keen for a yeehaw. A little too keen.
Well, you G'd me up for it, didn't you? And I'd worked out a yee ho ho ho.
Yes.
I thought that
Don't
would be
look at the
Christmassy.
human. Look at me. Look at me. Why are you looking at the human?
Look at Raz.
Look at me. Zara's pitching to you. She can cook and clean, and she has a child who loves cuddles most of the time.
Oh,
That's her pitch for
Very
you to
nice.
adopt her.
yeah,
Well, that's,
okay.
that's cool.
How
You're
much
adopted.
money has she got?
I think you provide that, don't you? Is that not how it works? Have I been misinformed? I'm going to say hello to Mark, and then Anachrista would like to know what Papa Human is drinking, please. By the way, before you do, Mark says Rudolph looks the best. Anyway, Anachrista
Great.
would like to know what Papa Human.
It's Guinness Porter, West Indies Porter.
Any other tasting notes?
It's very Christmassy.
That's useful then.
Okay. Paula would also like you to adopt her. She likes drinking in boats.
Oh,
That's her pitch.
yes, I can go along with that.
There's good points and there's bad points.
Yeah.
Anachronista will laugh at all of your jokes if you adopt her. And hello, Ruth. Welcome. This is going to be chaotic. So, Zara's offering £50 a month. My goodness, Zara, chill out.
I'll buy a few beers. Yeah, do some boat drinking with that.
Mark, why is Santa not delivering presents, or is he the UK Santa? Oh,
No, the elves have got the time zones all sorted out. We can chill. We can slow time, speed it up, no problem. You won't notice a thing. You won't feel a thing.
well, there you go.
But,
I hope you weren't trying to be smart, Mark. Hello, Harry. When you say Daddy's back, do you mean you or him? Anyway, give the human parents a lot of likes. Yes, good. Well, yes, Paula. Come on, get tapping, people. Don't do anything else with those fingers except tapping. Come on. Good afternoon, Mr. Werewolf Dude. Cute and cuddly as always. Just don't get too close. Harry, you keep your options open. That's fine. Right. Have we said hello to everybody? Should we try and get underway earlier than usual? Because I have a feeling this may be a little more chaotic than usual. And I'd hate for us to not get the escape room done. Hello, Denise. Merry Christmas to you too. And hello, Apple user. Welcome. You've made it in time. And I don't mean for the presents. I mean for the escape room. That's the username.
Oh, right. I just wonder what he used apples for.
Like I said, This is going to be quite a long... also, Santa, can you stop poking the human in her back, please?
Sorry.
She's finding it very distracting. Has everyone stuffed their turkeys now, Harry? Hello, Rich. Merry Groombo to you too. Zulu is in another room. We can't trust them. Oh, is it getting boring already, Santa?
It's a busy time of year.
And welcome, Emma. Merry Christmas to you too. Human's parents are very well. Thank you, Mr. Werewolf Dude. You can see that Santa's got his drink. He's fine. Yeah.
I'm okay too.
Yeah,
I'm
and
fine.
human mother does indeed look festive. Yes, I mean she really has made so much effort. I hope you can hear the jingling bells. She is Christmas spirit incarnate, and not that sort of spirit, stone cold sober, but the only one who is. So, should I check out? Anachronist and Mama Human needs a carrot. I do beg your pardon.
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh dear, we've got a poll going already. It's got Zara's fingerprints all over it, I think. Right, so... Oh, wrong button, human. Will I be taking over as Santa in the future? Well, that depends on you, Mr. Werewolf Dude, because there is a crisis at Santa's workshop, and it is up to us to solve it, or Christmas may be cancelled. Bum, bum, bum. Right. Look out, Santa. Rudolph is behind you. I can't. Human, can I borrow your hand? It's behind you. No. No.
Oh, yeah.
That's the human. Right. You're Santa. Yeah. Don't look at her. Look at me. Look at me. Thank you.
Not too much.
Jesus Christ. My goodness. Right. So we are going to attempt. Yeah, excellent reaction speed there, Santa.
But I was looking away.
Well, you shouldn't be.
Pay attention.
Anachronista, would you like Tipo Sheep next year? So for those of you who don't know, the final Advent door on Patreon has opened, and it is the Nativity. And if you were ever going to have a look at our Patreon, today's probably the day. It was very good. So, Zara, don't fuck with me. Right, everybody, let me try and get up to date. Hello, MHB, you've only just arrived. Oh, I've missed your comment. Hang on, I'll get there. Is Santa there of his own free will?
I don't do anything on my own free will.
Once again, Santa, can you stop poking the human in the back?
Bullied. See, this is all I get all the time.
Paula, every time I say Jesus Christ, you think of the Nativity. It is kind of the Nativity, and it is kind of a panto. Anyway, so, right. Does the human get her quirkiness from Mama?
Of course. Get her drinking from Daddy.
Spitting facts here. Right, everyone, I think it's about time that we begin. Mr. Werewolf Dude, yes, let's see if we can solve this crisis. Let's see what we can do. Shall we begin? What? It is indeed Mrs. Santa's job to keep you on a very tight leash. Santa. Right.
Yes.
It's my job, but it doesn't always be successful.
MHB only if you're on the good list, and I really don't think you are. Okay? So who are you kidding? Right. I can promise you, Mr. Wildwood, Santa is not just drinking squash. So, let us begin. Allow me to set the scene for the Christmas crisis. We won't be waking up on a cold, damp floor today. Are we ready? Then let us begin. You sit down at your desk, a new case file in front of you. The chief said it was top priority, but when you open it up, you wonder if they're playing some sort of joke. Sabotage at Santa's workshop? You read on. There's been a fire that's killed a handful of elves, and Santa's received... Shut up! I know it hit you hard. There's been a fire that's killed a handful of elves, and Santa's received a threatening letter. Shut up! The workshop is closed until its mystery can be solved, and the murderous saboteur brought to justice. If the workshop can't reopen, Christmas will be cancelled. You flip through the other documents in the case file. You've got the threatening letter itself, and you've got a report from the elf foreman detailing the day of the fire. It seems the fire and the letter weren't the only strange things that happened that day. You also have witness statements from 3 people who were also present. It's time to learn. Oh, they are Santa, Mrs. Claus, and dead Carl. It's time to learn what happened in greater depth. So, do you read the letter, the report, or the witness statements? That is your first choice. Letter, report, or statements. What would you like to look at first? So, MHB, you're going to tuck into Santa.
Be gentle with me.
I think he'll be dead. Although there must be some prime steak there. Good marbling. Paula, I'm not sure about eating else. What do elves taste like? Do they taste sort of sweet and sugary?
You asking me?
Why are you looking at the human?
Oh, you asking me? I don't eat elves.
Okay. Well, Paula,
They're my mates. They look after me.
Paula, if you taste one, let us know what they're like. Hello, Josh. Welcome. Rich, the workshop's going to need some elf and safety inspections after this.
Dear.
Christmas crackers.
Paula, you're not... You don't seem bothered about saving Christmas. Just drink instead. Okay, right, the votes are in. We are going to read the statements. I'm just going to get up to date with the messages. I'm sorry if I've skipped anybody. There are an awful lot of messages, and I'm trying very hard. Witness statements. So, Santa, could you give us your witness statement, please?
Right, okay, let's have a look.
Oh,
Get a bit of light on the subject. Right, okay, here we go.
This is Santa's witness statement.
Right, the fire was savage. Fortunately, there's plenty of snow about, so it was put out quickly, but not before several elves perished. Poor little buggers. It made the threat in the letter seem very real, so I halted production immediately. The foreman had reported other discrepancies before this. There was an odd octopus money box and a plushie with a strange expression, but I presumed it was some elves messing about. It's not unusual for them to play the odd prank, but it's not at all like them to ruin whole production lines, so I suppose the incidents are linked. That would have been enough to put us behind schedule without the fire, or that strange illness that swept through the factory too. We tried to clear up a bit before we closed, so I suppose we accidentally tidied away useful evidence. But I think there was one of each of the sabotaged toys left. The octopus, the strange plushie, and I think it was a line of toy snakes that caught fire.
Right, there we go. There's Santa's witness statement. Before I ask Mrs. Claus to read her witness statement, first of all, Paula enjoyed your dramatic jingling. And I'm going to say hello, Skip. Merry Christmas Eve to Cerulean Dreams as well. Welcome. Hello, Max, too. So, Mrs. Claus, can we have your witness statement, please?
I heard a terrible commotion and left my kitchen to see the whole workshop on fire. It was terrible. Those poor elves. I urged Santa to take the letter seriously, but I suppose that's hindsight that's proved me right. There have been some odd coincidences too. There was a mystery illness, which was unusual, and the elves are usually very healthy. Some of the production lines got messed up, but I thought that was an elf prank. They enjoy messing around. And I saw the octopus and thought it was quite funny, really. But it has put us desperately behind schedule, and the fire destroyed any evidence of sabotage. So I suppose it would be tricky to find the culprit now.
Right. Thank you, Mrs. Claus. Thank you, Santa. And I'm going to read Dead Carl's statement because otherwise I'm not sure our translation skills are good enough. Hello, Wrinkly Ass Flannel. Welcome, it's been a while. Right, so this is... Don't worry about it, Santa, don't worry. So this is... this is Dead Carl's witness statement. The letter was unsettling, but we get lots of shit like that around here, especially at this time of year. And the mistakes with the toys for one thing, but the fire was quite something else. I've never seen anything like it. Santa closed the factory straight away and sent the elves home until further notice. Santa has definitely been shaken by this whole thing. I think Santa is the only one who's been in the factory since. It's all been very frightening, but in my opinion we don't have to look far for the culprit. Only 2 people have keys to the factory. Santa and the elf foreman, although I think Santa lost their key the other day. So those were the witness statements. You can now either read the threatening letter or you can read the foreman's report. So it's the report or the letter as your next choice. What would you like? We just have to wait for the vote. Mark, you think Santa did it? He does look shifty, doesn't he? Eyes too close together, you know. Oh, Zara, you want to burn things already? Really? Really, Zara? Santa is indeed marinated on the inside.
Oh, yes, yes.
For a very, very long time.
Yes.
Paula, you think the jingles sound guilty? Jingle innocently, Mrs. Claus. Is that an innocent jingle there? Oh dear. Right. Oh, Chloe, thank you. Isn't that lovely? Lovely little bear.
Yeah.
I want to eat it. Right. The reindeer in the background is not having an aneurysm. Don't worry.
It's
Right.
Christmas, it's jolly time.
It is. Nothing like Christmas to have a elf death murder mystery.
Yeah. The factory burnt to the ground. It's not the jolliest
Merry
of times.
Christmas.
Right, this is the report from the elf foreman. Okay, so this is the report leading up to the day of the fire. The foreman always writes a report every day. Hello, Felix, you're new. Welcome, Felix. We're either going to scare the shit out of you or you're going to love this. There's no middle ground. So this is the foreman's report. 8:37, workforce decimated by strange illness. I've never known so many
Merry Christmas.
I've never known so many elves be ill. I don't feel great either, but we'll just have to get by. 10:04, production line C halted. Line of octopus money boxes are obscene. We can't send those to good little boys and girls. All the elves swear it wasn't them, but someone did it, and it means we have to recalibrate everything, which loses an hour of production, as well as the 2 hours we've lost making these abominations. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be so disappointed. 11:24 a.m. Production line H halted, awaiting authorization to continue. The cute plushie that was supposed to be produced looks, well, deranged. Oh, Chloe has to go. Farewell, Chloe. Oh, and hello, Yvonne. Welcome.
Well, Chloe, Merry Christmas.
I know young people are into strange things these days, but after the octopus has lost us so much time, I think it's best to check with the big man. I did look at the order details on file, but it's missing some information, which is very strange. 12:54 p.m. Production line H recalibrated. We were all scratching our heads about the cursed plushie. Santa decided it was better to put something else on the production line while we figured it out. So much time has been lost today. 2:11 p.m. Workshop closed. In all my years here, I've never known a day like this. Maybe production line H wasn't calibrated properly. The whole thing caught fire. I thought I saw toy snakes in the blaze, but that's not what the machine was supposed to be calibrated for. Are my elves getting sloppy? If they are, they've paid a very high price. At least they died doing what they loved. May they rest in small, perfectly roasted, deliciously bite-sized pieces. So, there we go. That was the foreman's report. A lot went on there. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody who had to leave. Welcome to everybody who has joined us. We're freaking gorgeous. Thank you. I know. So everybody, that just leaves the letter. Can you operate on the elves? I think it's a bit late for that, Mr. Werewolf Dude. No CPR or anything is going to save them. They've gone the way of noodles. Yeah. Don't look at the human.
No. I can't help thinking the human's got a lot to answer for.
Indeed. So, Paula, you'll operate on them with your teeth. Okay.
Operate what with her teeth?
Operate on them, on the elves. She's going to eat the elves.
Oh,
She's going to eat the elves. Okay?
Oh, she's a hungry girl, isn't she?
Hardworking. Doing what? I think it's better we don't speculate. Right, so this is the threatening letter. You unfold the letter. It's made up of snippets cut out of a magazine, and you already know there were no prints on it. It reads, "What were you expecting this letter to say? Some grovelling or begging, perhaps? Asking to go on the nice list and telling you what I want for Christmas? You're so drunk with power, aren't you? You've already had your last Christmas. Christmas will be cancelled this year, and you're going to be the one who cancels it. The only question is, how many will die before you cancel it?"
Who said that?
Fuck
The
me!
letter.
It's the threatening letter you received.
Right, yeah, so we don't know. Right, yeah, I've got it. Okay. Yeah, it's sinister, isn't it? Hey?
This is why I don't have fucking guests.
Well,
No.
we're supposed to be working. I'm working it out with everybody else.
That sounds like something a guilty person would say, don't you think? Right, so... yeah, try not to give anything away, Santa, for fuck's sake. Hey?
Well, I don't.
Right.
Oh,
So... Oh, I missed the superhero dog gift. Well, thank you for this. Thank you for all the gifts that I may have missed while reading. Thank you. Santa's definitely helping. Human, can I borrow your fingers? Helping.
right.
Right. So that's the case file. You close the case file, and your head already spinning in the mix of contradictory information and strange observations. Questions fill your head. Strange illnesses, missing keys, and bizarre toys. You decide it's time to head to the heart of the action. You pack your thermals and get on a plane to the North Pole. It's time to search the scene of the crime. You're greeted by Santa and his wife, but you decline offers of gingerbread and hot chocolate. You've got a job to do. And the whole of Christmas depends on your success. Santa lets you into the workshop. The smell of burnt elves fills the air. Santa places his key in your hand and tells you to take as long as you need. You think about where to start. Do you look at the sabotaged toys, or do you poke around the office first? Toys or office? Away you go, and I'm very far behind with the messages, everybody. So please do forgive me if I don't have time to say hello, or to wish you Merry Christmas, or to thank you for your likes or your gifts. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Thank you. So what was the choice? Toys or office? That's where you can have an explore. But welcome, everybody. This is a Christmas doom room. We need to save Christmas. It's a crisis. But be aware, this isn't for little children. Okay, just so we're clear. Um, so let's see. Would everybody like to look in the office or look at the toys? Those are your choices. Mr. Wellew, there's nothing else we can learn from the letter. But welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. Paula, can we lay down and give up? No! Not this early on. We haven't even asked Santa any questions yet. Don't you want to hang around for that?
Lay down and give up. Yee-ho-ho-ho.
Yes, lay down and give up. She's officially known as doing the Paula. Right, so toys or office? Toys, office.
Shouldn't give in too easy, Paula.
Toys or office, office, toys, office. I think office is just one. We'll look in the office first. And by the way, thank you, Denise, for the cowboy. Thank you. What kind of toys? Hello, Ella. Not those kind of toys. Not those kind of toys. I don't think that counts, Paula. So we're going to have a look in the office. Office first. Right, office. Let's find the right thing. Okay, it's very festive. You walk into the large office and look around. It's very festive and was clearly more than just an office. It seems to be part staff room and a general community hub. You suppose it could get quite busy when the workshop is running. There's a notice board on one wall and underneath it is a table covered in plates, snacks and drinks. Most of the other wall is taken up with filing cabinets, while in one corner stands a large taxidermy bear. It's time to begin searching. The notice board, the snacks, the filing cabinet or bear. That's your choice. Quite a lot of choice, isn't it? We're spoiling you because it's Christmas. So, bear, filing cabinet, notice board or snacks. I would imagine it's probably going to be bear, isn't it? Why are you looking at the human again? Why do you keep doing that? It's very off-putting, you know. Very off-putting.
Looks like he's going to fall asleep.
He does.
Wake up, Santa.
What do we have to do to wake Santa up?
Hit him.
I'm conserving my energy. I've got a lot of work to do very shortly.
Right. It looks like everybody would like to look at Bear. Has anyone told the human mother about Harrison Ford? No. In a biography of us, you're going to be played by Harrison Ford. I'm not even sure why. Human mother.
Okay, I can do that.
It's not very flattering.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
So, welcome everybody. We're going to have a look at Bear. So, you decide to take a closer look at Bear. Bear is both majestic and festive, sporting reindeer antlers and with baubles hanging from their claws. You consider ripping them apart, but you're not sure Santa would be impressed. You think it might be a one-way ticket to the naughty list, if there's even going to be a Christmas this year. You reach inside Bear's mouth instead, and to your surprise, you pull out a very screwed-up copy of Luxury Shed Weekly. There's no way to treat such an august publication, especially since it's the Christmas special edition. You flick through the magazine, desperate to see the special grotto centerfold. God, how you love a grotto. But as you flick through, you notice the magazine has been cut up. You realise this is the magazine the threatening letter was cut from. The saboteur isn't just some random nutter. It's someone who could have hidden the magazine inside Bear. You wonder who's been in the office recently. So there we go. That was Bear. Alan, I will consider that advice. Fortunately, Santa can't read the screen, so I'm going to keep that to myself.
What was that?
Right, so your next choice is filing cabinet, notice board or snacks. That's the next place to look. Human mother is cool.
Of course. Thank you.
Paula, I think you're biased. By the way, thank you, mods. I noticed that you're working very, very hard. quite a busy one today, isn't it? Right, so it was notice board, filing cabinet or snacks. We've got 2 votes for snacks and 1 for notice board. If on toys was just now, we'll get round to the toys. We'll get round to the toys. Don't worry, Yvonne. We'll still get to the toys. Right, I think we'll look at the snacks then. Santa works very hard. Really? Right, snacks it is. Okay. You decide to have a look at the snacks. It looks like Mrs. Claus kept the elves full of freshly baked goodies. Most of the plates have crumbs on. You sniff the crumbs, but it smells awful. But then, what do you know about elf food? The rest of the snacks look delicious. A wonderful spread of dead Carl charcuterie, dead Carl salami, dead Carl pâté. You pause. You'd rather not know exactly how the dead Carl brie was made. As you step away, you also notice bright green fluff everywhere. You wonder if that means something. Mama Human keeps flashing us.
Be grateful it's only the nose.
So your next choice then is notice board or filing cabinet, and then we'll be able to look at the toys. Okay. I like when I move like this nearer the screen. It looks like I've got antlers, but it does mean that I. That could keep us quiet for hours. Oh dear, humans close to breaking. Right. Paula, you can always have your blender ready. Those elves will go to waste otherwise, you know. Anachronista, I think you've already pledged to be adopted. Apple user wants to know when we're going fishing. Apple user, you mean fishing? And yes, we are very easily amused, Paula, but there we go. Hello, Ori, you have no idea what's going on. That's fine. Neither does he. Look at him.
No, I've got a bloody clue.
Anachronista is waiting for an answer. Will you adopt Anachronista? Sorry.
Waiting for something to happen.
Ooh!
Be careful what you wish for.
Yes. Yes, very careful, Santa. Be very careful. Right, it was filing cabinet or notice board. So I think one person said filing cabinet. Cabinet, okay. Okay, we'll do a cabinet. You decide to take a closer look at the filing cabinet. You slide open a drawer to discover that, unsurprisingly, it's full of files. You pull one out at random. Each file details what the toy is, how many are required, and who authorized it. It seems an archaic system, but you suppose it works perfectly well. So there we go, not a lot in the filing cabinet at this point, which only leaves the notice board. Ooh, human nearly dropped her tab. Oh, hello,
What
Ghost
was that?
Galaxy. It's a gift called Sending Positivity. Did it look like it's positivity
Got me
had been
right
sent?
there. Right there.
Is that indigestion?
No, it's positivity.
Thank you,
Works.
Ghost Galaxy. Ghost Galaxy, I think you've just earned a spot on the nice list. Just like that. Just like that. Ruth says go with the flow, it'll make sense eventually.
Ah, right, okay.
That's,
If you can remember that long.
that's very optimistic of you, Ruth, having done so many of these. Right, the notice board. In the middle is a big hand-drawn sign pointing down at the snack table below. Apparently Mrs. Claus has been providing freshly baked cookies and mince pies for the hard-working elves. There's also an advert for Sleigh magazine, available from Amazon. Just follow the links in my profile. Sleigh isn't just for Christmas, folks. The only other notice on the board reads, missing. Santa has mislaid his workshop key again. If anyone finds it, please return it immediately. So there we go. That's what we've learned from The Office. I'm not sure that it tells us that much. Hello, Birkenhead Chris. Hey, Paula, we don't have the key yet. You can't eat it. We don't have it yet. Oh, no, actually, that was the key that Father Christmas gave us, but all the same. Right, so now we're going to have a look at the toys. I'm going to make the decision for us. Will you stop sighing, Santa? Like, Jesus Christ.
What happened to all the ho, ho, ho?
Yeah. Santa didn't lose the key, you ate it, Paula. Was this before or after you did the Paula and gave up? Oh, Mr. Werewolf thinks that this proves Santa is innocent. Oh!
Is that more positivity?
It's called something else, but thank you, Ghost Galaxy. It's called Galaxy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Anyway, thank you.
I've just let him out for a few days.
Right. So now we're going to go and have a look at the toys. You walk through the factory looking at the devastation. Whoever wrote that letter really meant it. You look at the 3 scorched toys set on a conveyor belt, the only evidence you have. They make a very strange sight. There's an octopus money box, but it's got its tentacle raised as if it's flipping you off. It looks more like a fucktopus to you. Steady. Don't look at the human! The bright green plushie is staring at you very strangely. It's downright unsettling. You can see why production was halted. It's so close to being cute, but actually just looks cursed. And finally you see a toy snake. Apparently these are what caused the devastating fire. It looks harmless to you. A bit of a dick perhaps, but essentially harmless. So which should you examine first? The fucktopus, the plushie, or the snake? Zara says we know where the human gets her laugh. Cop hold of that. So we've got the we've got the fucktopus, the plushie, or the snake. Now there's a Christmas story, a Christmas tale waiting to be written, isn't it?
They'll go into a pub.
The fucktopus, the plushie, or the snake? I'm sorry if I've missed anybody's comments. It's a little bit chaotic. I'm sure you can imagine. Plushie, snake, plushie, snake, fucktopus, plushie. So, please forgive the human for coughing now. In fact, do you know what? I think I'm going to let the
weird
human
illness,
take a
isn't
sip.
it?
No, the human just needs a sip.
Just a sip. That's a first.
Fair comment. Right, human's going to take a sip. Entertain everybody while she does.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you for the sip music. Mrs. Claus, I
Very
felt you
good.
did the heavy lifting there, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
You really did do
I
the
gave it
hard
my
work.
all.
Yes.
Gave it my all.
And it shows. Thank you, everybody, for the gold music. Sip and boop. Who would you boop, though, Paula? Surely you'll boop the reindeer at the back. Prime boopage there. Anyway, Apple user, you'd like the human mother here for every doom room.
Oh, no, you wouldn't.
Yes. Girl knows doom when she sees it.
And you got booped. And we did finally get sip music. We did. It's only taken how many years? Anyway, don't look at the human.
Huh?
Why do you keep looking at the
I'm
human?
just wondering what the hell you're talking about.
Don't worry.
It doesn't. They know what I'm talking about.
That's the main thing. That's good.
Most of them know what I'm talking about. Some of them know what. A handful know what I'm talking about. Right. To be honest, I don't remember whether plushie or snake won. Santa, pick plushie or snake.
Plushie.
Right. Okay. Plushie it is. Confusion is indeed part of the experience, and it's a very authentic experience, isn't it?
It's living the dream in this house.
Right, you decide to take a closer look at the plushie. You stare into its eyes. It looks haunted. Why?
Stare into its eyes.
Why are you looking at the human?
Oh. Okay.
Don't stare at him, though.
You turn it over. It looks unfinished. Stuffing is sticking out of its back and it has no label. Other than its disturbing glare, the plushie is unremarkable. Was someone trying their best to make sure nothing about this plushie could be traced? You put the plushie down, but notice that you're covered in bright green specks of fluff. You wonder if the saboteur got bright green fluff on them too. Hello, Dave. If you're not confused, you're watching it wrong. That's the spirit. Right, so next, I tell you what, shall we just ask Santa to vote for each option? Shall we?
Snake.
Right, we'll be looking at the snake then, shall we? You didn't even get a chance to vote whether you wanted Santa to do that or not. So, we'll look at the snake. Slay, Paula, slay. Right. You decide to take a closer look at the snake. You hold it up to the light for a better look, but the small amount of heat from the light bulb is enough to make it burst into flame.
Oh.
You drop it on the floor, licking your scorched fingers. As you try to stamp out the fire to stop it spreading, you briefly see a small label with a number on it. 6969. You would have liked a better look, but the snake is nothing but ashes now. At least the fire didn't spread this time. You wonder if there are any records you can search. Maybe you could look for the order number. Perhaps the saboteur didn't cover their tracks as well as they thought.
They're lethal, those snakes, aren't they?
Yes, several of your elves are dead already.
Mm.
Yeah. Right, so what does that leave then, Santa? What was the last option?
Was it, hang on.
Don't help him, Mrs. Claus.
Was it anything to do with food?
It was a toy. Don't look at the human.
Another toy. I thought we'd done the plushie.
Yes.
We'd done a snake.
Yes.
We've done...
We've done...
What did we just do then?
The snake.
Like...
Oh, fucktopus.
Yes.
We are!
There you
We
go.
will now. We will now look at the fucktopus. That was hard work, wasn't it?
We've only got him for Christmas and then the home have got him back.
You pick up the
My
fucktopus.
elves look after me.
You pick up the fucktopus for a closer look. You agree with Mrs. Claus. It is kind of funny, yet also pretty inappropriate for Santa's workshop. You check it over, but there's nothing unusual if you don't count its gesture. In fact, you realise there are no markings at all. Nothing to distinguish it and nothing to trace. You wonder if that's unusual, or whether someone tried their hardest to ensure there would be no clues to lead back to them. Right. We have examined everything that we can. So now it is over to you. You've checked all the evidence as thoroughly as you can. The saboteur has expertly covered their tracks, but it's by no means perfect. They clearly expected the fire to destroy all the evidence, and now you have a few questions to ask. It's time to get some answers. You call Santa, Mrs. Claus, and dead Carl to be interviewed. There are several things you want to ask them. So, if anybody is indeed still playing... based on the evidence that you have discovered, what would you like to know? There are a few points. Sorry, we're sat right by the window. We can hear people outside. Don't mind us. We're just going to look at the window. This must make great viewing. All of us just go... Right. So, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. For anybody who has been keeping up, we can ask Santa and Mrs. Claus any questions based on the elephant evidence we've just found. Mr. Werewolf, would you like to know about the number? We can have a look in the filing cabinet if you would like. I'd just like to read that. Ria, you'd like to know what you walked in on? We don't know either. I wouldn't worry about it. You can either try and forget you've ever seen this or join in. Those are your choices. Right, we'll check the filing cabinet for you, Mr. Werewolf Dude. You...
Positivity. Flash of positivity.
Why did you do that? You've literally just blinded everybody. Oh, yeah, still think he's innocent, do you? Still think he's innocent? You open the filing cabinet and flick to order 6969. Leave it alone.
Okay.
Leave.
Okay. What? No, I'm not going to.
You open the filing cabinet and flick to order 6969. You flip straight to who authorised it and see Mrs. Claus's signature.
Ooh.
Have you found the saboteur? You pause as you continue flipping through the paperwork in the file. You notice something else. The order wasn't supposed to be for snakes at all, but for dolls. This proves nothing. The saboteur has certainly hidden their tracks well. But it does make you wonder whether Mrs. Claus often authorises orders. It seems more like the responsibility of Santa or the foreman. So, hello, Elf on the Shelf. You want a new pair of eyes? Well, it's a good job Santa can bring them this evening, isn't it?
If they've been good.
I think you owe them. Right. Questions. There are several topics you can ask about. In each interviewee will give you their answer. So, let's be honest, it's probably Mr. Werewolf Dude is probably the only one who recalls where they are. Will you put the fucking torch down?
Oh, sorry.
My God. Hello, Kaluna, welcome. You have enjoyed. You have joined just in time. For what, I'm not sure. Right, Mr. Werewolf Dude would like to ask Mrs. Claus if she authorised the order. Right, give me just 1 second and we will ask her.
Ask her.
Shush! Because I'm about to tell Mrs. Claus what her answer's going to be. You've got glasses on. Say something.
Me?
Why have I got glasses on?
Well, you haven't now.
Oh,
What do
happy
they
home.
mean?
Thank you, Kaluna, but his reactions aren't that hot.
Well,
I
I
hope that the
turned round to
presents
see them, but what does it mean?
It's just glasses. What does any of it mean? Oh, dear. Right. Paula, if you're going to ask why am I here, then I'm afraid I have no answer for you.
Been
Right.
asking that for years.
Right, question 5, Mrs. Claus.
Yes.
Is it unusual for Mrs. Claus to authorise orders?
I do all sorts of things, whatever's needed.
There we go. So, Santa, is it unusual for Mrs. Claus to
Not
authorise
really.
orders?
As it gets closer to Christmas, I need all the help that I can get.
Don't be all. Ria, you think she has an insurance policy on the house she's trying to cash in? Well, Ria, I can see you decided to stick around. Paula, you're just here for Santa's confusion.
Try living with Santa's confusion.
Right. So, I tell you what, shall I just ask us some questions? We'll see what happens. I tell you what we'll do. Let's get Dead Carl on, and then we'll ask some of these questions, and then I'll ask you to pick who you think. Santa, don't look so worried. It's all going to be fine. Don't look worried. It's okay.
Right, okay.
I'm gonna go and get Dead Carl, and then we'll ask some questions, and then you'll have to choose your suspect to address. Mr. Werewolf Dude, were you saying you'd like to ask about what? Sorry, I can't read that. So let's get Dead Carl on. Ruth, you're unmedicated. My goodness.
I don't know what you mean.
Right, let's get Dead Carl. I'll be back later, don't worry.
Unmedicated.
Don't worry, Mrs. Claus, everything's fine. Don't be upset by that loud, almost smashing type noise. Everything's okay.
Normal everyday run of the day.
Right, thank you for joining us, Dead Carl. We have some questions to ask. What a lineup we have here. So,
God.
that was Don't Look at the Human.
He's a touchy bugger, isn't he?
Mr. Werewolf Dude, I'm afraid we don't have any questions about the cookies. We do have a question about the illness. Zara, if you're good, maybe Dead Carl will clap his eyes later. If you're good. Right. Okay, Mr. Werewolf Dude, you'd like to ask about the illness. Okay, question 1, Santa, go.
I felt ill. So did the foreman and quite a few elves. I don't know what it was though.
Mrs. Claus.
Bugs happen from time to time, but I felt fine.
And Dead Carl. Kaluna, you're lost. That's
Well, was
okay.
he all right? Were you all right? Oh. Good.
Do you know what? Let's just work through the questions, shall we? We're going to ask about Santa's missing key. Santa, you're missing key.
Yeah, I don't know how long it was missing for. I don't need it if the foreman has already opened the factory that day, and they often close it too when I have other things to do.
Okay, and Mrs. Claus?
I don't remember Santa losing his key. He's pretty forgetful. He's always losing stuff.
That's true. That's true.
So that was asking about the key. Would anyone... Emma, has Dad been practicing? No, Dad has read it.
Practicing doesn't work.
Let's ask... I tell you what, let's do one more question. We're going to do question number 6. Does anyone recall who authorised the sabotage toys? Santa.
We have so much stuff it's impossible to remember.
And Mrs. Claus?
Kids are into such weird stuff these days. I wouldn't think any of those orders unusual. But no, I don't remember. I suppose the foreman is most likely, just because he authorises most of the orders.
And Dead Carl. Thank you, Dead Carl.
Oh, right, it is Christmas.
Right, well, now, everybody, I'm afraid it's time for you to decide who is responsible, who is the saboteur. And while you make your decisions, as to who is the saboteur, Dead Carl will clap his eyes. And then you have the choice of Santa, the elf foreman, or Dead Carl. Those are your suspects. And Dead Carl will give you a twirl while you vote.
Be careful, you have some bugger's eye out with those.
There we go. So that was your gift. That was your gift from Dead Carl. So Dead Carl. We're going to say goodbye to Dead Carl now. I mean, there's not a lot more that Dead Carl can do. It is quite niche, isn't it, Dead Carl? So, farewell, Dead Carl.
Bye, Dad. Merry Christmas. Oh, that's nice.
Right, so that was Dead Carl with his... Oh, Mrs. Claus speaks Dead Carl quite well. That was indeed Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, obviously. Obviously.
Oh,
Oh, Emma, Dead Carl didn't kiss Mummy. You're absolutely right, Dead Carl didn't. I don't think Mrs. Claus is upset about that.
no,
To be
it
honest.
tastes like chicken.
So, there is a poll going on if everybody would like to vote in the poll for who is the... Oh, Mrs. Claus is not in the poll. That could be problematic. It's between Dead Carl, Santa and... Oh, is it for who's did it? Who's done it? Yes, we need Mrs. Claus in there as well.
No, why?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh, why
I don't
either.
know why. I don't know why.
I put up with a lot.
I know you do. I know you do. So we'll have... Should we just put it in the comments rather than do a poll? It'll be Mrs. Claus, Santa, Dead Carl, or the elf foreman. I have to say, a lot of people are saying Santa did it.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying Santa did it.
I'm not surprised.
Poor old Santa.
Ruth, you think I should give Mummy a kiss? I don't know. I quite like her.
I'm scared.
Oh, so many people are saying Santa. So many people. So many people. Mr. Welf, do you think it's Mrs. Claus? So many people saying Santa. Oh, there's a new poll now. There's a new poll that includes Mrs. Claus. Thank you, Paula. Thank you. Emma is an equal opportunity death dealer. You think it might be Mrs. Claus? Apple user, you think Dead Carl? I have to say, everybody's saying Santa.
Really?
Yeah.
We
will have to wait,
I'm not
please.
too keen on this justice system.
Please do vote in the poll, and we'll decide who's.
Poor old
in
Santa.
the vote, in the comments, Santa, you were well away. In the vote, Mrs. Claus. Oh, you see how it's changing. You see how it's changing.
Ooh.
Please vote in the poll. Who did it? Who's the saboteur? Come on, we need to save Christmas. And now, Chris, do you
won't
think it was
save
Tico?
Christmas by locking Father Christmas away, will
That
you?
is out of your hands now. Button it. Kaluna, you think it was a conspiracy? Oh, Mr. Werewolf do believes you.
I'm beginning to think this.
Hush. Ria, you think it's about the insurance policy? Oh, Zara, you think Zelo did it? Apple user, you think Blettin?
Oh, poor blessing.
Poor Blettin. Mr. Werewolf says poor Santa. Carl, the Zelo plushie has done some very, very strange
Santa.
things. It could be possible. By the way, thank you for the rose, Cluna. Thank you. So, let's see how that poll is coming. You're all leaning towards it being Mrs. Claus now. Goodness.
They know something, don't they?
Vote in the poll, everyone, so that we know who to arrest.
I think they can all see how
Here we go.
downtrodden poor Santa really is.
Why do you keep looking at the human? Look at me. Honestly. Christ. Right, what have we got? There we go, just while we were waiting for the poll to finish.
Yeah.
I know, it's simple, but hey. Oh, Kyle, I think it's a bit too late to worry about whether the North Pole is in our jurisdiction or not. I'm going to say yes. For my special brand of justice, yes, it'll be fine. Anachronist, do you think Santa had a drink, fell asleep and did it by accident? Oh. I presume Mrs. Claus is an icon. An icon of what? I'm not completely sure, but yes. Oh, Santa, you're not feeling upset that people are enjoying Mrs. Claus?
No. I've enjoyed Mrs. Claus lots of times.
This is going on off a tangent, but we don't need to think about. Thank you. I'm adorable and fluffy. I am also poisonous. But thank you, autistic woman. Thank you. Right. Ria, you want to see the North Pole police uniforms?
It's kinky.
I'm sure. Santa, steady. Indeed, you can't say stuff like that.
Oh.
It's a bit late. Never mind. Right, the poll has almost finished. Please do vote in the poll if you haven't yet. And then we will know who to arrest. Oh, where are we at? Oh, Mrs. Claus is at 44%. Santa is at 33%. Oh, dear, oh dear. Yes.
I'm beginning to get worried, actually.
Right, there's only a couple more seconds left. So, everybody, you have decided that it's Mrs. Claus.
I thought so.
Mrs. Claus, it's you we're going to arrest.
No, that wasn't me.
Do you have anything to say?
Well, you try working with him. One day a year and he turns up and everybody's got to do what he says. Always, look at me, stick there. I mean, there's no reindeer on duty because he forgot to tell him he's got to come on early. So I've got to do that now. It's why I'm looking like this. I go around with the elves. They're about as useful as a plank of wood.
Yada. This is what I have to put up with, you see.
He had it coming. Ho, ho, ho.
Now, you've
Right, go on.
almost bloody done away with Christmas. Ah!
Santa! Mrs. Claus! Oh no! Christmas is cancelled! Should I... What are we going to do? It was Mrs. Claus. She's on a rampage. If you see her, capture her. What will we do? I don't know why the humour thinks this is so funny. I'm quite tempted to just wait like this, see how long before he has to reach for his drink. Right, I tell you what.
Can I come back to life then?
Shh. Let's see if we can work some
elf magic.
Shut the fuck
Elf
up.
magic. I need elf magic.
You're fucking dead. You're fucking noisy for a corpse.
I need elf magic.
Oh, fuck me. You ask him to be quiet. I mean, it's not even a minute, is it? Not even a minute. Honestly.
Oh. Well, here we go.
I hope you've all used your elf magic. There we go.
I knew the elves wouldn't let me down. What about her though? She's still running free.
Anyway, excuse me, Santa, can you budge up? This is where I'm supposed to sit.
Well, I've just come back from death. I've got to acclimatise now.
And the great thing is we can reuse this at Easter. We'll just change it slightly. Oh, Paula, you had your grill ready. It would have kept you going for a while. It's a Christmas miracle.
Yes, Christmas is still on.
Yes, Christmas is saved. But well done, everybody, for catching the saboteur.
Yes, thank you. The murderer, not bloody saboteur. She's a murderer, a husband killer.
Calm the fuck down and don't look at the human. Why do you keep looking at the human? I'm right here.
Well, the human's got a lot to answer for as well. I think the
doesn't she
human's
know
in
it?
collusion with Mrs. Claus.
Jesus Christ, we should have kept him dead. He hasn't shut the fuck up, has he? I'm not going to get a fucking word in edgeways now. Right. You think Mr. Werewolf Dude thinks Santa deserves a drink. He can't die.
Thank you, Mr. Werewolf Dude. I am empty, actually. I've got to go and get one, so
Well, you have to
I'm
wait.
empty.
Yeah.
Being dead woke him up, isn't it? Didn't it? And Ria, you were right. Was it a life insurance policy?
Well, you didn't get much. You had more insurance on the sleigh, really.
Isn't that always the way? Mrs. Claus is just a frustrated housewife, isn't she? Right. Well, you enjoy the chaos, do you, Kaluna?
Yeah,
There has been plenty. I think it's probably time that we wrap this up then.
I've got a lot of work to do now.
Santa
I shall
has to go and get
rush
on his
straight
way.
away. I'm starting to feel a bit better again now.
Don't look at the human! Right, so sleigh, whichever sleigh or sleigh, both is fine. So I suppose we're going to bring this to an end now. And I'm going to thank everybody who's joined us. We've had an absolutely wonderful time. I don't think the plot really mattered much, did it?
No.
Whether Santa is dead or alive or half-eaten or whatever, we've done very well.
Not very hasty. I think it matters to a lot of
Don't
children.
look at the human! So, everybody, I'm going to thank you for joining me, and I'm going to thank you for all the likes, because there's like 13,000 likes, and thank you for all the gifts as well. Thank you so much, everybody. And I'm going to... Wait. I can't shut him up now. Thank you for joining me. And if you are new and you'd like more of this, we usually do this on a Saturday and a Sunday. So I hope that everybody has an absolutely fabulous Christmas. Whatever you're going to celebrate, however you're going to celebrate, I hope you have an amazing time. Santa, do you have any words to leave people with?
Well, I just wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, and I'll be popping in shortly.
Mrs. Claus, any words?
Happy Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Woohoo, indeed. So thank you once again, everybody. Thank you for the newbies, and thank you to all my regular basement crew. Don't forget that we will be live next week, as usual, if you would like more of this nonsense. But now, I'm sure you've all got stuff you've got to do. You've got to make sure all the...
Absolutely.
What have they got to put out for you?
Nothing too alcoholic, because I've fallen out the sleigh too many times, and I don't even bother getting up on the roofs anymore. That's a secret, actually. Don't tell everybody. But
I think it's a bit late,
I use my magic key now. It's a lot easier.
if he hasn't lost it. Paula's going to
that's
put stout out for you.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you, Paula.
Right. Well, he's heading your way, Paula, so buckle
I'm
up.
on my way.
Right, so I'm afraid we must bring festivities to an end with the human's finger of doom to come and push the button.
Happy Christmas.
But thank
Happy
you all.
Christmas. Bye.
Thank you all for joining us and have a wonderful Christmas. So thank you. Good night. Merry Christmas.
Merry
and
Christmas.
Farewell. Merry Christmas.